sacred duties of a wife and mother. Katerina let the words wash over her, only sampling a phrase now and then to relish its absurdity, and continued staring at the extraordinary statue on the wall behind him. She scarcely believed in her own gods, and nothing on this wide earth could induce her to give any credence to this ridiculous, skinny, half-naked wretch. It occurred to her that if the red and orange-painted flames of the unbelievers had not been consuming the holy martyr's stick-like white legs, and here she smothered another bubble of merriment, this malnourished fellow would certainly have expired from hunger in a day or so anyway. The same could hardly be said of the bridegroom looming at her side. Prince Kazeki might have embodied the very meaning of well-fed. Not that he was overly fat. Indeed, thought Katerina, stealing a sideways glance at him, he was passably handsome in an exotic southern way. Long, muscular limbs, broad shoulders, and a barrel-like torso. His blue-black hair, high cheekbones, and dark brown eyes, inherited, she assumed, from his mother, a Han Venerable from the vast ricelands of the Celestial Republic to the east of the Empire, gave his looks a pleasing quality. His considerable weight, too, gave him a physical presence that was appealing. It was a shame, really, she thought, that all this prime southern manhood would soon be wasted. Prince Kazeki's strong right hand was grasping hers, and she could feel the greasy mingling of their palm sweat as the Archbishop moved on to the part of the ceremony in which he sternly informed the newly joined couple before him that the fleshy side of marriage must only be undertaken for the purposes of reproduction. This Archbishop was a ludicrous fellow with an enormous white beard, a stiff golden cape, and a baggy red hat embroidered with silver thread. Katerina could not look at him without wanting to laugh. A pair of massive, solid gold urns stood at either side of the altar, one filled with the holy wine, the other with the holy oil, and each tended by a junior priest in shining silver robes. Almost everything in the basilica seemed to be fashioned from gold or silver. It was a dazzling place, no denying it, and Katerina had been rather impressed at first. Her young tastes had been forged by the austere sensibilities of the frozen north. Dark pine woods, thick black firs, white plastered walls or plain grey stone, a discreet crystal vase here or there. Gold was scarce and used sparingly. One might catch the gleam of brooch or belt buckle, perhaps see a single golden goblet set at table for the emperor himself, but no lesser man. Here in the south, gold seemed as common as wood. From her governess's geography lessons, she knew that this was because Ashgabat was the nearest of the empire's 7 principalities to the Laut Besar, that legendary warm southern ocean studded with tropical islands. Gold flowed north from the Laut Besar, along with slaves and spices, timber and obat, and wonderful tales about pirates, sorcerers, monsters, and demons. Katerina stared at one of the massive golden urns, as tall as she was. That quantity of precious metal, she reckoned, could keep an imperial Cossack regiment in black bread and gherkins for about 2 years. Her efficient governess had taught her about the logistics of warfare, the cost of supply, the quantities of materiel needed, along with everything else. She studied the distorted image of the pair of them, bride and groom, prince and princess, reflected in the curved side of the golden vessel. She looked well that day, she thought, in the traditional wedding colours of white and red. Her long, almost white, fair hair had been gathered into a single fat plait that hung down her back and threaded with ruby rosebud.